Hello friends, and welcome to Tuesdays at Taiga. I am Blake. This is episode 15. Today I want to talk about the idea of moderation, but in everything, not just the bad stuff. I would actually take out most of the bad stuff regardless, take it out. But even the good stuff, this is where I am in my journey, in my diet, in my nutrition, my nutritional path, is that no matter what it is, even if it's really, really good, if you do it too much, you're going to have some adverse effects eventually, and you may create imbalance and dis-ease and illness from just doing that really good thing too often, too much. So the way that this makes sense to me and how I want to explain it is all these different diets and trends and fads that are really great, and there's a lot of information behind it. For me, when I see people jump on those bandwagons, I see that at some point they're going to hit a wall and they're going to create other issues by having done that thing too often. Part of where I'm coming from with this is several different diets that are popular right now. I think going vegan is a very beautiful and amazing, wonderful gift to give to yourself. But at some point, you're going to hit a wall. Everybody that walks in the store has gut issues. A lot of that is coming from the grains and the legumes. It's coming from the GMO foods. GMO foods, yes, they are that bad. They contain glyphosate, which is an incredibly harmful, devastating chemical that is being sprayed all over these GMO foods, and it's destroyed our gut. Other things that have destroyed our gut are things like heavy metals, infections, bacterial infections, fungal infections. We're getting crap thrown into our food and our water and our cleaning products and our personal care products, and all of that stuff is getting trapped in our bodies and creating serious imbalance and issue in the gut. So what I'm getting at is when you go vegan, which is beautiful in so many different ways, and I've been a vegan, I've been a raw foodist, and I hadn't eaten red meat or poultry in about 12 years until recently, only because I'm trying to understand really what the formula is for me. But when you go vegan, you fill up your your sustenance is coming from those grains, even the gluten, the grains that don't have the gluten in them. You're eating the grains, you're eating the legumes, you're eating things that are hard to break down, hard to digest, which is why so many people are turning to a paleo diet. Well, paleo diet is probably incredibly healing, yes, 100%, for gut issues. But at some point, to me, eating that much meat on a variety of levels, including spiritually and energetically, is going to also be a problem. Now, do you need to go paleo in order to resolve the gut issues that have been caused by improper diet and toxicity and heavy metals and GMO foods and all those things? Yes, you might have to do that. So a lot of people are going vegan right now, which is great, but I feel like the balance is where I am. I'm trying to find the balance between I don't really want to eat meat. I do feel good about eggs, pastured grass, organically fed eggs. I feel good about that. I feel good about wild caught fish, some of it, although that's scary too now. The red meat I'm playing with right now because I want to understand how to resolve my gut issues. And I haven't been eating crappy foods for a very, very, very long time. But my issues, I'm discovering, are from heavy metal toxicity, which virtually everybody has, and it's really hard to get rid of those heavy metals. Understanding that there are layers to this puzzle and this picture is really critical, because you have to get down to the very bottom in order to truly find resolution. So digging down in there to discover whether you have these heavy metal toxicities, whether you have fungal and bacterial viral infections. These infections are underlying the inflammation in our bodies, in our guts, in our brains. Killing off those those infections means you have to take out the sugars and the gluten and the grains and the things that are feeding those bacteria. So this is a complicated mess, very complicated. But understanding that each one of those trends or fads or solutions or diets or plans, they're amazing, and I'm happy everyone's doing these different things, but understanding that you may still hit a wall because it's creating new issues because you're doing that same thing over and over, and too much of anything can produce negative side effects. I'm trying to get people to understand how to create that balance by eating whole, clean foods. All of it whole, clean foods, not highly processed, non-GMO whenever possible. These are things that are becoming more and more accessible to us as information, and to products. We've got farmers markets, we've got all these different things, so that you're not jumping on so many different bandwagons, but rather really doing the research to understand food in general and how to get the cleanest possible foods. If you are going to eat grains and legumes, that you soak them so that you release the phytic acid, which is part of the reason why it creates such a havoc in our guts. When you soak them, it releases the phytic acid, or at least enough of it. It also activates the living enzymes. It makes it easier to digest and break down. Do that at least. Take out the refined sugar, and if you need sugar, you put in your coconut sugar or your honey, which is also going to feed the candida or the infections or whatever else is going on. It is going to potentially feed that as well, so you may have to take them out 100% until you've killed off all those infections. This sounds complicated, and it is, and everybody is different, but I think at some point I'm trying to put this in some sort of chart so that people can understand the underlying layers of each of these issues, and at least can start working on them should they have them. And I guess that's it. Just trying to undo some of this, or unravel some of this information for people so that they can make better decisions for themselves and create that balance and find that balance in their life so that they're actually healthy. That's all. Thank you. Have a great rest of the week.